Okay, as part of today's class, right, like what you will start, we will see error, and after that we will see throws, there is some other keywords is there. Okay, so
Okay.
first, right, let me create a simple Java program. Okay, let me create under SRC, I'm trying to create error demo. It's a simple class. So for last class, you are clear, right? You have any questions?
Yes. No, no, no.
Oh, fine. Error finish. Okay, so it's a simple class I created. The class name I had given like error demo, and error demo, and inside that public static void main a simple method, and inside that basically so I want to create a method public.
Okay.
Sorry, public.
Yeah, will you give me the assignment today?
Yeah, I will give today. Yes. Public void get name. So this is a simple method.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so inside that I'm not writing anything. So just write one
Mm-hmm.
simple statement. My name is something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a simple method. This method I want to call from my main method.
Mm-hmm.
So let me make this one as a static. So far it's good, right? What it will, if you call this one, just if I'll run this method, what it will display something. My name is BBB something. So this is clear. So what happened, first I will call, JVM will call this method, and from that method we are calling this method, and this method will execute. So say for instance, what I did a mistake. I copied this way. So first this method, main method will be called. From main we are calling get name, and after that it is trying to execute this one, and inside the get name again I am calling get name.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of infinite loop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me run it and we will see what we will get.
Mm.
Why it got failed, you understand, right?
No, because it exists. It went for an infinite loop. Is that why?
Correct. It's creating infinite loop, and the error is, did you see that stack overflow out of
Mm.
memory? Right now you don't know what is stack, but when I'm explaining the JVM architecture, that time you will understand what is stack.
Okay.
So stack means, I can tell you indirectly, this is an error basically.
Mm.
So it will come at runtime only, you can able to identify. Indirectly it is telling it's out of memory. It's not exactly, but it's kind of, it will come on that flavor.
Mm.
Okay, let me draw a simple diagram for you. So first, right, as per our program, which method we are calling? We are calling main method.
Mm-hmm.
So inside the main method, which one we are calling?
Get name.
First one is stack, means basically I can say one box. So first method, which method we are calling? Main. M.
Mm-hmm.
After that, inside the main method we are calling get name.
Get name.
Okay.
Then inside the get name, we are calling get name again.
Again get name. Again
Mm-hmm.
get name. So stack also there is some limitation. So stack we have lost some $100. So you can able to reach till 100. Beyond that you will not get any environment. So finally you are getting stack. Oh.
Authorization.
So this one is called as a stack. So basically, let's suppose if you don't have this, so only one get method we are calling. So first it will finish this get method, then it will finish remaining main method. That's all. It's a normal positive execution, but this is some negative execution. So the stack is keep on filling with the same method, so it will never execute. So that's what you are getting, stack overflow error.
Okay.
Okay, so this is another type of exception. So exception and error. Under exception, two types: compile time exception and runtime exception. And this is an error example. Okay, this is clear, right? And there is so
Yes.
many errors is there, out of memory error.
Mhm.
So this is one example, and let me go back to some other keyword. So far, right, what happened, what we are doing here, let's suppose, see here, let me go back to our old examples. So whenever we are getting any any exception, what we are doing, just we are displaying a message. So this is my, I can say, what happened, this error, yeah. So this is, I can say, like my program. It's a get
Mhm.
number by index. It's my program, and this is a user.
Mhm.
Correct, right? So because
Mhm.
main method, they're calling my function get number by
Mhm.
index.
Okay.
So if something happened here, if some exception came here, did we are sending any message to them apart from sysout? Forget about sysout. So, say for instance,
Mhm.
say for instance, mm, so our main method is this is our
Mhm.
main method, and say for instance our API is this one.
Mhm.
My API means method, whatever we are writing. Okay,
Mhm.
both are two different entities,
Mhm.
but in this example, both are in same Java file. So main method
Mhm.
and get number both are in same Java file. So say for
Mhm.
instance, this main method and API both are in different projects or different
Mhm.
location. Just you somewhat you are invoking here, and it's giving some message to you.
For
Okay.
that, then you'll have to import the package and all, right?
Maybe you are importing the package and you are calling. That's fine.
Mhm.
Okay. So you are here in this case you are displaying sysouts
Mhm.
in API in method, whatever method you are get number by index, you are displaying some index exception occurred, please, something like that. But this SOP, did this person can able to see? Just assume he is not able to see that system outs. He can able to see only his system outs. So basically, how you can send a message to him?
Got it, got it, got it. So he will not be able to see the system was defined in that method.
Yes, it's he is not able to see that exception message clearly. He can able to see in case of exception, you are returning always zero index value, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he don't know why that index value zero came.
Mm-hmm.
He is not getting any exception message related to your method. So that you are hiding only from your side. You are not sending back to the user.
Got it.
So how to convey a message to the caller? He's the
Mm-hmm.
caller, right? So he need to get
Mm-hmm.
some message why it got failed. He will get always zero or some value, zero or some value. He don't know anything why it got failed. So how to convey message to the users? The exception message. How to send back? So that is
Mm-hmm.
our next topic. So there is a two ways to send back. Okay, let me go back. Create an example called throw and throws. So let me write a class throw demo. Okay, first what I want to do, let me write another class and my driver class. So simple class I had my driver class. So inside that, what I want to do, I mean, just if I'm not writing anything, this is a simple class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So inside that, public object get driver. This is a simple method.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So inside the method, what I had to do, I'm trying to call class dot for name, and I'm trying to create an object for my class com dot my driver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is clear, right? So this is a compile time exception. So what I had to do, I had to provide the try catch.
Mm, no,
The
I didn't
statement.
understand this part.
So this is a simple class, and inside that I created one simple method. Get my driver. It's a simple method.
So the method name is get driver.
Yes, get driver. Yes, method name is get driver,
So,
and I'm returning null.
method type is object.
It's returning object. Type is an object. Why? Because every class super class is object, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Every class super class is object.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Okay.
is also one type, right? That is also one type like integer, string class, string.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay.
Every class super class is object. Like if you take string, right? String super class is also object class. Every class,
Mm-hmm.
whatever class you are writing, it's part of it is subclass of object class. Even though you see here my driver, you didn't see anything here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still this is a subclass of object class. How you know, right? And long back I told you, if you want to print any object, if you print directly, it will display a at the rate of hexadecimal, it will display, right? If you print any object
Mm-hmm.
directly.
Because that's how it is stored, right?
Yes, yes. If you override the toString method, then it will display class name, whatever you are writing.
Mm-hmm.
So the toString method, how you got it? So that toString
Mm-hmm.
method you got from, it's a separate class basically. I will take it up slowly. So the toString method you got it from the object class. So let me open
Okay.
this object class. See, object class don't have any super class. So this is the super basically.
Okay.
So inside the object class, you have a toString method. You see the toString method. So you will get class name at the rate of hexadecimal number. That's what you will see every time.
Mm-hmm.
So this method will come to your method, your class, and your class name at the rate of your class object will be saved into some memory location. So that particular address you will see hexadecimal address.
Okay.
So that is the little bit background of object class. Okay. So this is clear, right? This is a very simple method. And so far I'm returning null.
Okay.
Okay. So let me activate this line. So class dot for name com dot my driver class. So it is a compile time exception. This line is raising a compile time exception. So I need to provide try catch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me surrounded by try catch. So it will generate default code. So try followed by class not found exception. Okay.
So why is it creating a exception?
It's a compile time exception. This line will raise compile time exception. So you have to provide try catch. There is a two types of
Class.
exception, right? Last time I told you, right? Class dot for name. If you see my
Mm-hmm.
old example, right? Let me go back. Compile time exception demo. So this is the one I told you long back.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Same example I'm trying to use. Class dot for
Okay.
name. So this is a compile time exception. So you have to provide try catch.
Got it. Mm.
Okay.
The other
Now,
one was a runtime exception. The
yes,
one with the
yes. It's a compile time exception. All other like array index or top bound exception, arithmetic exception, they are like runtime exceptions.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Now let me create an object for this class and let me call mc dot get driver. So it will return something. So I'm saving that thing into object obj equal to okay. Now I can print system out object value equal to okay. So far it's clear, right? So I'm calling this
Mm-hmm.
method, and this method for time being now what I'm returning null.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to return null. Whatever I'm getting here, I want to return same as it is. So let me declare a variable inside my main method. Object obj equal to null. Default value I'm giving null. So and
Okay.
yeah, something. Okay, now whatever value I will get, I will return here. This is clear, right? Just I created an object, one declared a variable, and I'm getting the value for that variable by calling the class dot for name, and whatever I'm getting the value. So that the same thing I'm returning here.
Okay.
Okay, now whatever I'm getting here, I'm printing here. Okay, now let me run it and we will see. Okay, object value I'm getting class name com dot my driver class.
Okay.
Okay, this is fine, right? Now what will happen? Let's suppose, let me give some wrong class name. So this class is not there.
Hmm.
Okay, now let me run it. See, it's telling class not found.
Hmm.
But let's suppose now this program is there in the same, same file. That's what you can able to see this message.
Okay.
Okay, let's suppose if this program is there in different location, or basically in that case the user will not see any message. He will see only corresponding message,
The,
whatever. Yeah. So here my question is, I don't want to print this one. Let me don't print any value. Did you see any exception message now?
no.
So this is right, e dot print stack, right? This is only for developer purpose.
Okay.
It's not for
Okay.
end user purpose. It's only for developer purpose. So now the end user is not getting any message. He's getting only null.
Okay.
So you are not sending any message, exception occurred or nothing. So the e dot print stack, right? E dot print stack, it will display this message only inside your log message.
Got
Logs,
it.
you know, right? Inside the log message only it will display. So finally the end user will not see anything. The end user is not getting anything. This user is not getting anything. So how to send
Okay.
this exception message to the user? Why? Because if you send this exception message to the user, so he will understand something. So something happened. So
Hmm.
some illegal clause or something. So based on that, he will display his own customized message.
Yes. Yes.
So how to send this message? So far we are not sending any message to the user except this value. We are returning only the value. We are not sending any other messages. So how to send this message? Instead of printing directly here, what we have to do? We have to do one thing. Throw. We have to throw the message to the user. If something happened, we have to throw this
Hmm.
message. So if you are throwing here, right, you have to mention here rows. So what kind of possible exception you may expect?
Mhm.
Class not found. So whatever exception you are expecting as per your program, as per your method, so you have to throw the same exception and you have to mention as part of your method declaration. So whenever
And if it doesn't happen to be that exception, it will give you a generic error, is it?
sorry, can you please repeat?
Yeah, no, no. What I was asking was, I mean, if the exception doesn't turn out to be the class not found exception,
If exception will
then will
not
it?
come, you will not throw anything.
Okay.
We will see both scenarios, positive and negative. Okay. Now what
Okay.
happened? If anybody is calling this method, if anybody is trying to call this method, so they have to take care of this try catch. Even they also need to provide try catch.
Okay. Okay.
So let's suppose I'm calling this method. So what it's telling, see, unhandled exception type class not found. So even
Hmm.
I have to provide try catch here also, the caller also.
Okay.
See now, equal to null. So for local variables, we have to assign default value. See now the caller also need to provide try catch.
Hmm.
So let me now run it a positive scenario and we will see. So now everything went fine and the object value is
Driver
com.my.
class.
So this, let's suppose, say for instance, I had given some wrong value. So wrong class. There
Hmm.
is no this kind of class in our environment. So let me run it. See
Class
now
not found.
class not found we got, and now the message is printing from here. So let me, instead of e dot print, so let me write here something, some exception happened at
Will print both.
server side. Yeah. So this catch block I'm into implement. I'm implementing at client side. This is a server.
Okay.
Just assume this is a server.
Hmm.
Okay, this is a client. Just assume.
Okay.
Okay, client side. If you see this message, means server is failed, right? So let me run
Yes.
it. See, some exception occurred at server side. So now
Okay.
client can able to understand, right? If something happened, he can able to understand very easily.
Yes. Yes.
And based on that, he can display some exception occurred server side. So this message we are getting from server,
So,
sorry, client side.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, you got it right. This message we are getting
Yes.
from the
Yes.
client side.
Yes.
So
And
now
then it's
client,
calling.
yeah, then client knows exception occurred. So based on that, he can display some message, whatever he want.
Yes. Yes.
So this is one exception. Let me write here only the same main flow. I want to write another example. CLA catch. So let me write here arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception. Whatever exception you are getting, you have to throw to the user. And that exception you have to mention here.
Okay.
So the end user also need to provide implement that one. So end user also need. So how end user knows whether arithmetic exception are those things, right? So whenever they are trying to implement this method, so whenever they are calling, right, if they will see here, did you see there com dot exception? It may throw class not found, comma.
That's
So
the
by
message.
using these methods, so even they will provide their own implementation. So even they
Okay.
have to take care.
Got it.
So now, so yeah, this client also is a Java program, right?
Mm-hmm.
So client is also Java program. Arithmetic exception means he knows arithmetic exception will come due to divided by 0.
Yes.
So this is the scenario. So now let me run the positive scenario and let me see it. Yes. So now it is perfect, right? There is no issue here. So now let me
Yes. Sir.
create some issue. Okay, now it will fail, right? It will fail and it will raise
Yes.
arithmetic exception and it will reach this catch block and we are throwing this exception to the user. And user
Got it.
will receive this exception and he will say, yeah, something happened at the server side due to divided by 0 and he will display proper message.
Okay.
So this way we can able to send always some message to the user. So this message
Mm.
from the client side.
Okay.
But basically from server side we are delegating message to the client. You can display whatever you want.
Got it.
So this is the way to use throw and throws. So whenever you are throwing,
Okay.
so in all catch blocks, we have to throw the exception back. So this is the best programming. If you suppress the message, right?
Okay.
If you suppress this message, if you are not rethrowing the message, then what will happen? The end user don't know. End user don't know this exception occurred.
But what if we cannot predict what kind of exceptions we can have?
You can so
So,
maximum you can able to predict arithmetic exception when you will get and when you will get compile time exceptions. Definitely you have to handle, right?
yes, yes.
Runtime exceptions you have to predict it, like arithmetic exception, index out of bound exception. You have to predict it. So if you are not able to handle, then finally you can write catch block, catch with exception.
Okay.
Then you can throw that one also.
Okay. Got it.
Can say some unknown exception occurred. E. Throw here.
Hmm.
Right? What is
Yes, yes.
unhandled type exception, So this is also one type, right? So why? Because let's suppose, so, say for instance, whatever exception it raised, it is not matched to this one and it is not matched to this one. Okay.
Yes, yes.
It is not matched to this one. Then finally the catch block will execute and you have to throw that exception.
Okay.
So now it is fine, right? So if it is not matching, if you are not able to guess what kind of exception will come, then these blocks will execute, and finally the catch block will execute, and it will throw the message, and the user need to implement that catch, that exception also.
Got it.
So here we need to write exception. So based on that, he will display some unknown exception occurred at the server side.
Okay.
So say for instance, if you give right here some null pointer exception, let me write something. Let me remove it. Now what I will do, unknown exception, I will create some unknown exception, obj dot. So now let me run it and we will see unknown exception. See, some unknown exception occurred. Why? Because this line is raising some null pointer exception, so it will reach catch with exception block, and it will throw that one, and you will receive that message, and you are displaying the message. This is the client. Now client knows all possible exception failure scenarios.
Okay.
So based on that, client you will take some decision, and you will display corresponding message to the UI side or front end side.
Okay.
So this is the way to throw back the exception to the caller.
Okay.
This is clear, right? So we have to use basically throw and throws.
Okay. Got it.
By using throw, you can able to throw back each exception, and we need to consolidate all the exception at the method level.
Okay.
So whenever if anybody is calling your method, so they have to provide this try catch.
Got it.
So this is the way to convey message to the end user. Now if you go back to our old API, right? So if server side, this is a server and this is a client. If server side something happened, we are sending some message to the user, right? So user can able to receive it and he can able to process the message.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the next topic is, so far every time so every time we are using class not found, arithmetic exception, index out of bound exception, all these classes are defined in JDK package. And if you want to write your own exception, you don't want to use class not found. If you want to write your own exception, so how to write your own exception class? So that is the next topic. Okay, let me go back and let me create another package called user defined exceptions. So I'm creating a simple class package with com dot exception user defined, user defined. My exception demo. So I created a simple class. Public static void main is a simple method. So this is a simple class, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, right, what I want to do, I want to write an ATM class.
Okay.
Okay. So first, right, let me write a simple method, get funds. So this is a simple method. So for this method, what you have to do, you have to pass your ATM number.
Yes.
Account ID or something, ATM number. So this is the input. So what it will give to you, it will give amount, integer, integer amount. For time being, I'm hard coding 100 as in integer, amount. I'm returning the amount. So far it's clear, right? So now I want to make this one as a static. So this is a simple method, get funds. If you need to pass your ATM number, then you will get amount.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me call this method. So here I'm passing my account number is, this is the one, 12237 is my account number. And now what I will do, I will retrieve received amount equal to this one.
Mm.
Okay, now what I will do, I will display this amount.
Yes.
Amount colon. Okay, so now
Mm.
if I what I am doing, I am passing my ATM number and I am getting the amount. Let me run it and let me see
Mhm.
the results. So you are getting $100. Okay, along with the ATM card, can you pass the amount, integer amount, how much amount you want to withdraw?
Mm.
So this is my account number and I want to withdraw $100.
Mm.
Okay, let me withdraw amount. Okay, so you are enter what you are doing, you are giving two inputs, one is your card number and another is your amount, how much amount you want to withdraw, and you are getting 100 and you are giving $100 as input and you are getting $100 as output. This is perfect, right?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, now what I want to do, say for instance you had given $110. So say for instance in your account there is no $110.
Mm.
Okay, so there is no $110. So we have to send some message to the user.
Okay.
Okay, so say for instance here, so this is one scenario. The second scenario is, so here you are giving an account number and you are giving some amount.
Mm.
Okay, say for instance this example is you are trying to uh, transfer this $110 to some different person,
Mm.
some different account.
Okay.
Okay, so this is your account number and you are telling $110 can you debit from my account and transfer to some different account. Three inputs now.
Okay.
Int credit account. Okay, this is considered debit account.
Okay.
Okay, so now what happened? Debit account, withdraw amount and credit amount. So now first what you have to do, first we have to debit the amount from this
The first account.
debit account. Then after that what you have to do, you have to credit the amount to this account.
Another. Mm.
Okay, this is the steps we have to do. First we have to debit the amount and after that we have to credit the amount to the end
Amount.
user. So this is the steps. Okay, so now
Okay.
what I have to do, so now just assume in your account there is no you have only $100 but you are trying to transfer $110.
Okay.
So what we have to do, so first step is debit. So let me write that statement so that it will be easy to understand. Debit amount, first step. First you have to remove $100 from your account, right?
Okay.
After that
Mhm.
what you have to do, I have to credit amount. So after that what I had to credit the amount. So these are the two steps I had to do. Okay, so before that first what I had to check whether the withdraw amount is there or not in my account. So we have enough funds or not, we have to check, right? First, right?
Okay.
That is the
Mm.
first step. Let me check that
Okay.
one. Check funds. First step is we have to check the funds.
Mm.
Second step is if funds is there, debit the amount. If you debited successfully, then credit the amount.
Okay.
So these are the three steps we have to do. Okay, say
Okay.
for instance, okay, if the amount, if there is a condition I want to write, if amount is less than or equal to withdraw amount, then only I have to proceed, right? So
Yes.
whatever the amount you are requesting, if that amount is available in your account, then only I have to do all this.
No, all is well.
Yes, all these things.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I should not do anything.
Yes.
I have to say